this.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. Digger coming at you with a Gopher Rider update.
And I'm coming at you with the Digger update.
So this is our this one's on my YouTube channel. This one is on Gopher Rider's YouTube channel.
I'm so confused. Well, we decided to try and do this out like this. I've got some information I want to put out. Digger wanted to play around and do some things he hasn't done before.
I hadn't done live before, so
that worked out pretty good. So hopefully anybody that's watching Diggers can make comments. We may or may not be able to see them. Anybody that makes comments on this, I will be able to see it, which is good. I want to start out real quick with a heartfelt thank you and prayers out to Max Sprague. Max just got done doing a live stream. I tried to get in to do that at the same time I was putting this up. It popped up, whatever, so it was confusing. Max, brother, I love you, and thank you for all the kind words and everything. But really, if they knew what everything you did, and I know you're like me, you don't do it for that. We don't go out and do things and do what we do and stuff for our own personal gain or pat on the backs and stuff. But there are so many people out there that do so many things behind the scenes that I honestly believe in. That's something that I and a group of individuals is working towards, to actually recognize them and let them know that it is appreciated. Even though they don't do it for that, I still feel a need to do that. So that's something looking forward to coming up. I've got a couple people out there. Patty, hi Patty, love you, Patty. Patty, you met Patty. Have you met Patty? For the autism.
I meet so many people.
I know. Isn't it awesome? See, I remember the cars and the faces, not always the names, but I and the puppy dogs. I remember the puppy dogs, stuff like that. We were just looking at puppy dogs that I met. I was sharing.
Thanks.
I was sharing puppy dogs with him that I met up to the Carol up there. One of the ladies up there recognized me, sent me correspondence, thanked me for the video and so forth and so on, and enjoyed herself and everything. Now we're friends on Facebook, I hope. Anyway, I was sharing the pictures of her new puppy, Banks. So Banks is up there. Who else we got? Ooh, David Sparks. Hey, all the way from Michigan still? You still up there? Isn't it cold? I think what happened is you left the door open because a lot of that came down this way.
It's like 35 degrees outside.
Yeah, it's nasty too. It's like little ice balls are coming down. It was hailing in part of the state the day before yesterday. Then we had the tornado warning thing. The power's been fluctuating stuff, but Ohio, 20 minutes, 20 miles, it changes everywhere.
Definitely.
That's one of the things that I want to go over is with the weather being the way it is. Normally, I will go out and be wherever. I've done videos, I've done car shows and car shows events, pouring rain, snow, blizzard, whatever. You folks that know me know I was there. And we'll travel just to wait for one car to show up. And if one car shows up, I'll take as many pictures as I can and do as much as I can. But in view of what's going on as far as the gas crunch and everything, I have really, really think this out. Before all this started going on, I had it all planned where I'd be able to do maybe 2, maybe 3 a day in a row, but they may or may not. We're having a little technical difficulty here with Diggers.
I've got my cell phone on a gimbal, and the gimbal every once in a while just goes.
It's a little freaking. It's freaking out just a little bit. So I used to plan all that out, and I would have it to where all of the gas donations and everything would get me to the shows that I needed to go to and everything like that. Still in Michigan, good. Oh, Matt Man from Tennessee, how's the weather,
What's
brother?
up?
Yeah. Would get me to the places I needed, and I'd plan it so that if I went to a long show, one that was more than an hour away, then I could possibly stop at 2 more on the way back, and that way the gas would all be planned out really good. Unfortunately, with the gas the way it is, the way the gas is right now, and I've switched over to the little clown car, which does get better gas mileage, but not real well. All the other vehicles actually are broke down. That's why I'm switched over to the clown car and everything. I may not be able to get to as many shows or the farther away shows. I was trying to do shows that were a little farther out to give my individuals that are, basically locked up inside, can't get out either at the hospital, the VA, or at home. Different cars. Now, I always enjoy seeing the regular folks, what I call the standards.
Right.
And I love going out and seeing them and see how they're doing and check on them and stuff. And my guys in the VA and the hospitals and stuff, they really like seeing them because it's like a family group thing. They don't get to see them any other time, but they would get to see them on my videos and everything. But I was going to try and get out a little farther to get maybe just a little something different, which I really enjoyed going out to Carroll up there to the Outer Belt Brewery. And going up there because there was some awesome rides. There was some awesome rides, and I really appreciate that. There was something different than what I normally get here. But that may change. So the gas donations for last year have come to an end. I've used them up. I have set enough aside to be able to try and purchase more of the gopher gear that everybody's been asking for, even though they've seen me out and it's not officially the car show season. I'm trying to get that restocked. But the thing is, I have to take care of the gas funding first, and then anything left over that week out of the gas funding I can take and put towards getting more gear to give out, because I really appreciate everybody doing that for me. I don't expect it. I do appreciate it, and that's why I want to give a little something back. Granted, it may be a scarf, a cone, a cup, or anything like that. And of course, it has the advertisement on it because that's what they told me I had to do. I've got to support that brand thing. We've got to get the word out there. So I am trying to give something back. I was working on t-shirts and hats. The thing is, if anybody knows textiles and knows type of business, it can be kind of expensive to do those things. There wasn't enough left over to even think about that, and especially now with the gas crunch going on. So if I get any of that going on, it'll be much later in the year and everything.
Well, and I don't know if a lot of people realize that, you are not monetized. You're actually kind of against the monetization because of the way you do your videos.
Yeah,
but
I'm weird that way.
But he's a guy that, I mean, I don't know what your income is or whatever, but, he does all this. Yeah.
It is zero.
He does all of this strictly out of the heart.
Yeah, and I appreciate it. I mean,
I'm just saying, a lot of people don't realize
they do
the amount of time it takes to edit videos and everything like that.
Well, to mention a name, and I hate to just mention a name, but just to mention a name, Matt Man. Okay, Matt Man from Tennessee. He has been extremely generous in everything that he has done, sent me and whatever. He has sent me some of the coolest stuff and sent me that magic box with, I got to show you the frog and chicken. You
I don't know, man.
On his channel, he has Patrick the Frog on his channel, and they do comedy routines and skits and everything. Dude, I've got it. We're going to watch it later, Matt Man. But I mean, just to mention a name doing that. But I can't mention them all because honestly, everybody that watches, and everybody, whatever, is just so generous. And I honestly greatly appreciate it. So we're going to work that out. I just may not be able to get out to as many or farther away shows and everything. Digger was kind enough to help me tonight. We're working on finding out some alternative things to help my dad with his Parkinson's and the dementia and stuff like that. Because Medicare, Medicaid, all that stuff that he's supposed to get will not pay for the stuff that works. And we can't mention that either because YouTube doesn't like you to talk about it, so we won't. Anyway, so we're going to try and do that. Digger's been kind enough to try and help us out with that, and we're going to try that. We'll see how Dad works, and my goal would be to try and get Dad out to more of the shows. If he can concentrate more, comprehend what's going on more, keep his clothes on instead of running naked through the neighborhood, that type of thing. If we can get
I wouldn't mind that if she was 25 and female, but he's not.
No, he's over 25 almost 4 times. So
yeah,
I'm just saying. So there's a whole lot of dragging and drooping thing that we're not going to want to see. That's not a visualization that I even want. Okay. Even though I have to deal with it every day. Trust me, I have to deal with it every day, but that's my life. Anyway.
Sorry, I like your dad, man, but
I do too.
I don't like to picture him like that.
Well, I don't have a choice. I go home and this is what I got to deal with. So, let's see who's out here and stuff. Man. Oh, Triple B, Scuba Steve. At Triple B Fab.
Scuba Steve!
It's Scuba Steve. Digger can sew you some hats. Yeah, he could. We might be able to do it. Now, he's good. He's better with
I just got a haircut yesterday.
Yeah, he's better with a staple gun. So I'm not sure if everybody that gives a donation would like to have a hat stapled to their head. But I'm sure he's up for it. Patty's laughing. Foster, hey, what's up, bud? All right.
Hello, guys.
That's just going. I can't see anybody on yours and stuff like that.
No,
there's one viewer. Maybe that's me. You think that might be me?
No, you're not watching. You're recording your own video.
Oh, see, I get confused. If I didn't have him around, who knows what would. Oh, and I had to put on the copper gloves and stuff, and you all can scoff and whatever. It helps. It truly helps, whether it be containing the heat that I lose or the actual copper itself. But back in the day, I mean, and we're talking 60s, 70s and stuff like that, on the farm, all the old guys and stuff used to have my dad make copper bracelets. All the women that sewed
would have been a real thing for a long time.
Well, my thing is with me being around electronics and stuff and being in them plenum alleys and inside computers. When I first
probably still electrostatic.
Well, the problem is there's a thing called copper poisoning. You can actually, me breathing and copper heats up inside computers. So in the 80s, 82, whatever, I was in computers that were bigger than your house. They were as big as buildings that I worked in.
Sorry, guys. I'm
being in there. Yeah, he doesn't sleep. He doesn't sleep regular because he's on call 24/7 for limo service and delivery and stuff like that.
I just got up about noon. So.
Yeah, so his life is like mine. See, he doesn't get to sleep normal hours, and I don't get to sleep at all. So, but the copper and stuff really helps.
This guy stays up until 5, 6 o'clock in the morning editing videos that he just made the day before and hasn't had any sleep yet. He stays up all night editing the video, and then he wants to come over here the next day and upload it.
Well, my internet.
You don't know when to sleep.
Well, I do know when to sleep, but it's usually just as you get to sleep, the phone rings and it's a mom and dad thing. So there are certain hours I have to give medication, certain hours I have to make sure, certain hours I like to spend with them just because. But I have to maintain the other home at the same time.
For a guy that doesn't work, he works too much.
It's not work; it's my life. If it was work, I probably wouldn't do it.
Well, for you, it's not work. For you, this is a lifestyle.
Well, yeah, and really it's not for the weak. I'm just saying. And besides that, then we have Keith. Who were missing. Keith were missing out of the group and stuff. I'm really sad about that. I mean,
where you at, Keith? Come on, man.
He's okay, but this is his weekend with Russell. And all of you that know Keith and know Russell understand that is a challenge in itself.
I'm unfamiliar with Russell.
Well, that's good because I'm afraid of.
I don't know if this is a dog, a cat, a kid.
It's a person.
Oh, okay.
It's a person. Yeah.
Okay. I'll trust you on that.
We'll have Keith explain the whole thing to you, but he's with Russell, so he couldn't be here with us today. So we're going to do that. There is a show let me see if I can pull it up without screwing up everything on here. There is a show on tonight on Indian Ripple Road, 4480.
Right across the street from the green.
Yeah, Indian Ripple Road across behind all of the stuff there. Let me see if I can switch back now. Watch this. Woo!
Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah, usually I blank everything out. Behind there, and that'll go off at 7. It officially starts at 7. But I got to be honest, depending on this weather out here, because it is spritzing little ice balls.
It's like 35 degrees, guys.
It's cold as bejesus, and I'm just not. But again, if it wasn't for the
he'll go out to these shows at 35 degrees.
Well,
I don't.
I know. Well, Tony likes to.
I don't have no meat on my bones.
Yeah, top water. Tony likes to stay warm too, and I don't blame you guys.
Well,
but
he don't have no meat on his bones either.
But I never honestly know when I'll be able to get out and get the next one, and I hate to miss one for everybody not to enjoy. Because there are a lot of people that can't get out to any of them. Right. So it's that whole twisted thing in my head. I can still get up and move. If I can still get up and move, I enjoy going out to be able to do that. Right. Because there are so many of my friends and brothers and sisters and stuff, we
got two.
Yeah, you got two people that can't get out. So if I can, I will. That was the whole thing. But with the gas the way it is and going, if only one car shows up, I'll still be doing my job, but I may have used up that gasoline to be able to get to a show where 30 guys will show up, and it's not about the quantity or the quality, because I'll take a picture of anything. You got a lawnmower you're proud of, I'll come out and take a picture of it. Because people enjoy that. with if the gopher wasn't broke down, I could get to a lot of the closer ones, and I could do some of my shop talks again. But the cars, even though, like I said, the clown car is better on gas, I just can't quite get to that. And whatever, I kind of portion it out so I can get to a show. Now
he's always stuck between a rock and a hard place when it comes to vehicles.
Yeah. Well, I didn't have all this trouble until this year. We had a plethora of vehicles. I just would borrow the one that nobody was using at the time and stuff like that. But now they're all broke down, and because of the crunch, we can't repair them currently. We got one. There was the show that actually is going on. Is today Saturday?
Only for today.
Okay, today's Saturday. I was going to go out to the big show in Indiana at the fairgrounds. Okay, the World of Wheels. I know a lot of folks went out there, but figuring out the gas, the 2-hour drive to be away from mom and dad, 2 hour there.
And it costs you a couple $100 for the day.
It was $75 what I figured that it would cost. And
by the time you do food and
I don't eat that
anything
stuff.
else. I mean,
I eat my nutrition bars and stuff like that. I eat that stuff, and I would just
I'd be out there having to buy the $6 burger.
Yeah. But by the time I figured that up, it was $75 to get there, to get in, park, to pay to get in, parking, and then to get back. And you're looking at 4, and you know how I drive. I don't drive like everybody else does, so I'm a little bit slower.
A little bit
slower. I drive the speed limit.
My grandma drives faster than you. She'd been dead for 40 years.
I love you, man, but wow. That's not true. Anyway.
Yeah, it is. She really has been dead for 40 years.
No, that's not true. But, I figured that, but that $75, I figure I could put towards maybe 2 or 3 shows here. And I felt that's what
this gas has definitely got everybody rethinking how they do everything. I mean, even going to the store.
Right.
I don't go to the store unless I'm going on an airport run and I can hit the store on the way home.
Right. See, because we only go being preppers and stuff like that and whatever, we're always stocked up and we rotate stock out. So every whatever, we may be eating food that we bought 15 years ago. A lot of it has a huge storage life to it and stuff, but we rotate out and everything so that we have on hand at any given time at least 15 years. You're dropping and losing and it's reconnecting. So you may have dropped out, but his camera may have gone out. So far, we're still doing good on this one. We rotate out, and that way, so we're eating older product, but at least we rotate it. So if anything happens, power, electricity, whatever, world, whatever, we've got at least 15 years supposedly for our little family, whatever.
I got enough to last me about 4 days.
Yeah. But with everything the way it is and stuff, we only go really shopping once a month because we buy in bulk and we buy product that other people wouldn't eat. I've got all kinds of stuff. I mean, we finished out the old C rations from WW2 into Korea and stuff like that. We finished those out a while back.
Oh, the MREs?
No. See, that's meals ready to eat. We're talking about C ration.
Oh, the original, talking about the old shit.
Trust me. Hey, beep. It's a 3-second delay. I mean, it was still good. We used to make fun of, because a snack, or we would get a snack or a treat at the end of the meal and stuff, would have been what we called the World War II cookies, which they were come in the little packs and whatever, and the Mylar packs, the cellophane packs, and some of them were stale, some of them smelt funky, but they were eatable. You
ate them, didn't you?
Yeah, we did, because here's what Mom always told us. Mom said, I don't care what it looks like or what it tastes like. If it makes poop, it's edible.
Makes sense.
That's an old Indian for you. Mom's Cherokee. So if anybody wanted to know, not that anybody wanted to. Dad's Dutch, German, Irish, Scottish, and Longhorn sheep. Something like a family tree. It's weird, but as my cousin in Michigan will attest, we aren't particular. But so that's why we've been there. And again, this isn't begging for money. This isn't whatever stuff. I'm just trying to explain my actions, and I do that a lot. Anybody that watches the channel a lot, anybody that has subscribed to the channel or is anything, I'm trying to just explain. Not that I owe anybody anything. It's just this is what I try and do and stuff like that. So you're abreast of the situation. There are a lot of people out there that will fake the front and do a lot of stuff and do anything.
You said breast.
Okay. Anyway, that'll do that. And it's, that's just not my group and the group of people I hang with. They're like, again, if I mention names, then people may or may not say, well, you're just whatever. But anyway, you know who you are, and I appreciate it stuff. People like Max. Okay. Max does a tremendous a lot, and there's no game. And other than he knows it's the right thing to do. That's what I always try and do. If I have the ability, that's the right thing to do. And honestly, with the world being like it is right now, there's a whole lot of right things to do that needs to be done, but we can't make them do it anymore. We've kind of lost that control. And I'm not going to get political, but we've kind of lost that, given up that control and stuff like that to be in the driver's seat of our entire thing. Everybody has an opinion. You can have yours. I got mine. I appreciate yours. And you have the right to do it. And I'm a big constitutionalist and stuff. You have the right to say what you want. You just don't have the right to make me do what you want. Anyway, so who we got out there still? We have Patty's still out there. Matt Man says, you guys need a pile.
He says, Lost Diggers live feed. It may be back on now. I don't know.
Yeah, we never know. Did we get back or did you start? No, it went back up.
It went back up.
Oh, you're back up. Look,
yeah.
Digger, Don, Digger, Don. We need to pile into Tony's cube. Oh, and leave him on the sofa. I love you, Matt Man, but I ain't driving the cube. You want to drive the cube?
I got a van.
I know. I have enough trouble with the clown car.
We'll take my van down by the river.
I have enough trouble with Dad's little clown car getting in and out. I mean, it's almost a shoehorn thing sometimes, whatever. But yeah.
Poor guy, he gets in there and it's like he's squeezed in there.
Tony goes, "Sup, guys?
What's up?
We're not bad mouthing the cube. We think it's great.
It's
itty bitty.
It's small.
I guess maybe being square, it should be equal portions on the inside because all of
but hey, it's hip to be square.
Yeah, Tony says it's all about the cube in 2022.
Right.
2022 is all about the cube. If you haven't seen the videos, I did some videos with Tony and the cube. Check them out. Matt Man's 11. Top order Tony, love the cube.
Cube love.
Gotta have the cube. Are you at work? Are you sitting on the couch, or are you out?
Where you is
stroking the cube? I'm just saying.
You're scaring me. Yeah.
You ain't never been scared a day in your life. You're the same as me.
I was once, but we won't talk about that.
Top routine. My cube be with you.
May the cube.
May the cube be with you. Oh my God.
May the cube be with you.
Okay, that's good. Are you at home, Tony, or are you working? Well, delivering pizza? What are you doing?
Delivering pizza. Is that what he does?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's what I was told.
I did it for years.
I know. That's what I was.
It's pretty good money, actually.
That's what I was told he's doing.
If you don't mind putting the mileage on your car.
He says he's at work. Now, I don't know which work that is, but we'll let it go at that.
Well, it's obviously a good work because he can sit here and watch videos while he's doing it.
Yeah. Top order Tony's crying. Why are you crying, Tony? Why are you sad?
Yeah.
You've got the cube. Why should you be sad? That's probably going to be
Maybe he's trapped inside of it.
That's a whole. Oh, no, not the cube mime. I can't see what it is. But anyway, and then there's also one that's tomorrow down in Cincinnati. And now I can't remember which one that is. But anyway, that I was going to try and go to. It honestly
pizza.
all depends. Oh, he's doing pizza. There he goes. It all depends on the weather, mom and dad, and everything like that. Because if the weather's kind of iffy and I drive that hour, use that gas, and nobody's there, then it never used to come into effect before because, like I said, I'd go even if nobody showed up and whatever, and at least I was there.
Yeah. Well, and it's still early right now. Everything's not really confirmed and everything as far as the car show thing yet.
Oh,
things are happening here and there.
Well, this is their first. I kind of
Yeah.
like to try and get to the first official season or openers of a lot of these groups to try and help and let people know about it and
Right.
see what could be there and stuff like that. So, I'm a firm believer. Get out and enjoy yourself. Within a 500-mile radius of any place in Ohio, there are hundreds of shows Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
I don't know if it's still true or not, but they said at one time that the Dayton area, like 1 out of every 5 houses, somebody had a car that they were proud of and everything. Dayton has always been a huge car show area.
Yeah, up north, Canton, Youngstown, all that. They're big up there too. They're really big. But between here and there, it's a lot of country. I like getting to those. The big show, the World of Wheels and stuff, dude, that's awesome. That's great, whatever. But if I see 1 or 2 of those a year, that's good.
Well, yeah,
I like the other smaller shows,
right?
Community shows, because like I said, I'm all about the community, the brotherhood, loving this, doing this. And it's going to be left up to the smaller people, the smaller, and I'm not using that as a derogatory or demeaning type of thing, but the smaller in quantity shows, the area shows, the community shows, to keep this alive, because the big shows are going to die out with everything going on. I'm not projecting that. I'm just understanding that rationally with everything that's going on. Those are going to suffer first before your community show, because if you can pull your car out of the garage, go a block down the street at the Dairy Queen, meet up with 15, 20 of your family, whatever members and stuff. And I consider all those guys at the shows family members. I honestly do. You go with them and stuff. That's what's going to keep thriving and alive. I don't care if we got to push them out of the garage down 2 blocks and sit in front of the Dairy Queen. I'm with you on that and stuff. What do we got? Tony's monopolizing. What are we going here? Tony's doing our pizza. Matt Mantesi said he was going to wash the cube, but the water pressure blew it over on its side. Did you guys see that tornado, the truck in the tornado? I have not seen that, but they gave him a new truck, I think.
I know, but I want to see that.
I thought
because I guess the Chevy trucks got picked up by a tornado and then it landed on his tires and the guy took off.
Well, it rolled over. I watched the video. It came up, rolled over, and came back on its wheels, and he just got out of Dodge.
Well, I would have too.
Well, actually got out of Chevy. But anyway, I think, I could be mistaken, but I think General Motors is giving him money or credit for another truck.
I've heard that a dealership has actually already taken care of that.
Topwater Tony's doing a lot of crying. I don't understand. Are you a crier? You're not a crier? I know you. You're not a crier. Not says there are car
maybe he's tonight. Maybe he's laughing so hard that his eyes are
that
watering.
Might be it. Yes, there are car meets tonight. I thought you knew all this. You're the one. Listen, you're the one that puts on news feed about these car shows. Do you know what you're putting up? I'm just asking. Just saying.
What you talking about, Willis?
Yeah. So it was on your news feed. So it's the one tonight on Indian Ripple, that one. And then there's one tomorrow down in Cincinnati. It was on your news feed, on your whatever.
You busted.
Yeah, I'm not real good on all this new technology. I'm an old hardware tech guy. So anything from the 80s through 90s, I'm good with. All this other social media stuff, I'm just not good with. As you can't tell, can you? Really? You can't tell. Look, I'm always talking to this one, but I forget that one over there is running again. The Matt Man says, well, 1 show a week most times. Oh,
not him. If he can hit 3 or 4, he'll do 3 or 4.
He says that's all they're holding down. That's not true. Well, that's incorrect. I hate saying not true, but that's incorrect, because actually I got notification from the Southern Gassers and stuff like that in Georgia and Tennessee. There's a whole mess of them going on right now. I probably should send you that information. Not that you'll go because you're working. Mattman owns his own business and has trouble finding employees to work. I'm just saying. So he's normally there 24/7 and stuff. The only time he ever gets any enjoyment is to come home and walk on the treadmill like he hasn't worked enough. That I think Patrick's is having the whip on him for that treadmill show once a week. Tupper Tony, I'm back. Okay, you're back. Did you make delivery? Did he give you a tip?
$3 according to commercials.
Do you work for that company that you get $3 if you deliver a pizza to yourself? Because I know those guys that'll keep ordering the same pizza. Matt Man and Tony are talking now. That's good. Anyway. Okay, I will send you the info. There are links to that. So they're mostly gasser events and stuff like that, and old retro hot rods and stuff like that. I will try and do it today. You know how it is. I will try and do it today. Get you at least what I've been picking up that are down there in the Tennessee, Georgia area. Actually, I think I come close to joining one of the Tennessee car clubs down there online as the Facebook thing. But I got thinking, I'll join it, but I can't get there. But I could join it. It'd be fun. Anyway, stuff. Top Water Tony says, yes, those shows are correct. Thank you so much, Tony. Top Water Tony, folks. Top Water Tony.
Top Water Tony. Yeah.
I have affirmation now, so at least we know it's real. I think, did you see him when he pulled up the other day and I was videoing and stuff like that? And he says, all right, you can start now. And I go, oh, we can start now that you're here. We can start.
Like, where have you been?
he got there. He went late. It's the one we went to.
Yeah.
When I pulled, yeah. You enjoyed yourself at that.
I did.
That was fun.
It was the last 2 cruise-ins I've went to with him over the last few weeks have been the younger crowd with the little 4-cylinder front-wheel drive fart can cars. I don't know what to call them, but
imports.
It's not my imports. It's not really my thing, but the people were
really?
great.
They were awesome.
I mean, everybody talked to me, told me what they were doing with their rides and everything.
It's still truly the car culture guys. It's really good. Usually those are the best guys. And that was a good time.
It was pretty good. It was interesting.
Yeah, that was a good time because we got to go into the hobby shop there, the hobby store.
Yes.
And stuff and look at
Dayton Mall Hobby Shop.
Yeah, it was a hobby store on
725, 741.
Yeah, that road there and stuff.
Yeah.
It's huge inside. I mean, it's huge.
Boats, planes, helicopters, model cars, RC stuff. Anything you can think of. They've got it down there.
I want to get some of those solid fuel rockets and strap them to the back of Dad's clown car.
You think it'll get you any faster?
I don't know. And so I was playing to him about the JTOWs and the sea transports and stuff, how they put the JTOW rockets back in the day and I think they still use them in certain instances because if they have a really short runway, they can't get the turbine props and or the jets up to speed to get off ground, especially when they're carrying 2 or 3 tanks. They put the JTOWs on the side and the plane didn't go like this. The plane went like this. It was interesting. Again, more of that knowledge that's rotting away in here for the last 70 years.
Useless knowledge.
I know. Well, it all depends on what circles. Because if I go to the VA or I go down the road and visit with the old bikers or the old military guys and stuff like that, pretty much that's what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Get off my lawn! No, get off my lawn! No, those guys don't go get off my lawn. Those guys go. Shh. That's still the sound.
It's still one of the best.
That is
one of the best lines of all time.
Yeah.
Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah. That's a sound. If you've ever heard it in earnest, you never forget it. That ratcheting in of a 12 gauge.
There's nothing else that sounds like it. You know exactly what it is.
That is total loss of either sphincter or whatever. That will just zip it right up like that.
I'll pass.
Did Digger get her number? Oh
no!
Oh no!
Like I told you, man, she's like 20. I'm 55. Yeah.
Keep it down. No.
Not my type, man.
It was my type, but
that
20, 70, 20.
She was a cool girl to talk to, man. That was.
I loved it. I love it because she knew her car.
She knew her car, and she has done everything on that.
That was a total gutted basket case. It was a shell.
It was basically left for dead.
Yeah, it was a shell when she's got it and everything like that. And granted, as of right now, but she's done all the proper things, getting it mechanically movable and all that running and everything. And she'll work on the shell later and stuff like that. So, it dented and banged up and whatever.
Was it perfect? No. Was it pretty? No. Was it?
It was very enjoyable.
The colors were off, from what I like and everything. Yeah. I mean, the car was green with copper painted under the interior or under the hood. But it was just interesting to see that a girl has gotten into this and she has done it. And I don't care if it was a great vehicle or not. She did it, and I respected that.
Yeah, I know a lot of women. I back in my day, I know
some people thought I was over there hitting on her. No,
I know a lot of women that did a lot of cars and stuff like that. So yeah,
some women can tell you I need other things.
We're not doing a dating profile.
Even have
not a dating profile.
So,
this is just wild, isn't it?
I can talk to a woman without thinking about doing that other stuff. I guess some people can't.
Wait a minute, watch this. Tony, just saying. Anyway.
Dirty old man.
No. I'm just teasing. Just teasing. But anyway. So that is the deal with the gas, getting to the shows and whatever like that. Taking care of mom and dad is good. She knew her stuff. Yes, she did. Yeah. He said he was just kidding. Digger's not offended.
No.
He hangs with me.
Dude, you got to do so much stuff to offend me.
I was going to say, if he hangs with me and he was easily offended, Matt, man, you know by now.
I'm short. Everything just goes right over. If it does get stopped, I just blow it off.
He's like one of those little dogs. You'd never see it coming anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
If he wanted to get you, you'd never see it coming anyway.
Yeah.
And then you got to explain. You got to explain all those wounds around your knees and ankles when you get to the emergency squad. What happened? I don't know.
I can get up to the waist now. So y'all better watch out. Snip.
You wearing that platform sneakers? What was it? The high heel sneakers? Who was it? Was that Billy Joel? It's a song about high heel sneakers. Just putting it out there. Anybody know who sung the song about the high heel sneakers?
I've heard about songs about high heels.
Yeah.
Not high heel sneakers.
Oh. Okay. So anybody got anything else that they got a question on? He's laughing at Matt Man. Matt Man, are you at work? Because it's still daylight down there. It's in the same time zone.
I was gonna say it's only like 2:30 in the afternoon, dude.
It's in the same time zone. Because I know they don't let you take a lunch break. I know your boss is a pain in the butt. He's the boss.
We all have that problem.
Yeah, another reason why I couldn't work for anybody, because I can't stand to work for myself. So I know I couldn't. There's no way. Oh, and Digger got the new bus, so I might be able to get some video in the next couple of weeks or whatever. The new bus. It's a pretty interesting bus.
It is different. It is really.
It has like a 7-foot butt hang. It's like
it
like
looks
my
like it
women.
would do wheelies. The wheels are here.
Yeah, it's like I like my women. All that junk in the trunk.
But I'll tell you, it is a cool bus. It's got a style to it that's not like a normal bus on the exterior.
Yeah, it's super high.
The tires stick out this far.
Did you ever figure out whether it was 4-wheel drive or not? Did you look underneath?
It is not 4-wheel drive. I had to look up underneath of it to tell because
it's way
up in the air.
It's got dualies in the back. It's got the reverse duals in the front, singles in front, and whatever. Huge mud tires.
Oh yeah,
highway mud tires, but whatever. And I swear, if you get 7, 12 people in the back, that front end's got to start to get light. You
would think, because it looks like it would ride wheelies.
Yeah,
but if it was mine just for kicks and giggles, I would put a fake set of wheelie bars on it, just so people could be like,
"That would be
so cool." Does that thing
do
wheelies?
We could probably put a water tank in the back of it and get enough weight, like they used to do the wheel standers, because we used to put water tanks in them, and that would be something else.
I don't know. It still weighs 13, 14,000
Yeah, it's
pounds.
still heavy. What motor's in that one?
I don't know.
It's
not
the gas.
mine.
It's the gas one, right? It's not diesel.
I honestly, I don't know.
You don't know? I know you've been working on the inside. You haven't really done anything.
I fired it up and I moved it, and that was the extent of it.
It didn't sound like a diesel.
I don't know.
Okay.
I just build the interiors.
Don't know nothing about no.
I don't care if it's gas, diesel, 10 miles, 100,000 miles. I don't care. I just love to build buses.
It is cool and stuff. I can't wait till you get the new van and stuff, the ugly duck and stuff. Get it done up.
Got a lot of plans for that one. I think I might have changed gears yesterday. Instead of satin black, I'm thinking about orange, maybe.
Tony's going, she's got legs and knows how to use them. No, that's a different song. Yeah, Matt Man. Yes, my boss is a butt.
And he spelled it correctly.
He's about that high. No, actually, Matt Man's pretty tall, but yeah, we'll get that done. I can't think of anything else other than that. This was basically supposed to be an update of why I may or may not be able to get to some of the shows that I normally would. On the Facebook, I do put up a lot of stuff because I'm trying to really do my part to help advertise and put out the word and stuff like that. I haven't been putting out much of where I'm going to be this weekend because of the gas situation and everything. And when I did do that and then something would happen and I wasn't able to get there, people go, well, you didn't show up.
You said you were coming.
If you read the thing, it's places I will try. Look at that.
Attempt.
Try. Yes, I will try to be. So, but there are a lot of them out there. Almost every Saturday, like I said, within at least like a 50-mile radius of here,
right?
Every Saturday has anywhere from 4 to 8 shows.
Yeah.
So it's going to be difficult. If I don't get to yours, it's because I was at another one, and it has nothing to do favoritism wise and whatever. When I get that list made up, I figure out what is the closest and or newest type to get different atmosphere and whatever and stuff like that. I will always try and get to the regular ones, but again, that has a variable in the situation going on with getting there, traveling, and mom and dad. If we get this stuff and dad feels better and is able to come with me, that would be my goal if he could come with me. I'm just not sure if he can do the get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, drive an hour, go to 4 different shows, come back at night.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, and it's a lot for him right now. And
it's a lot for us.
Shh, don't say that. I don't want to. Don't tell Don. Don't tell Don that's a lot. Because Don really.
Don who?
Yeah, Don don't. Yeah. Don don't really need to know that because I'm keeping secrets from him. I'm keeping a lot of things from him, but we'll try and do that and everything. So I don't know if Digger's going to continue. Look, you got 4.
Wow.
Woo!
Hey, this is my first live stream, so thanks for checking it out, everybody.
I think Matt Man's one of them.
And okay, well, that's possible.
Matt Man, aren't you on Diggers too? Are you running them both at the same time? Because I know he's one of the subscribers. I told you that Matt Man from Tennessee was one of the Tennessee guys and stuff like that. It would be nice to have Cave Troll. I got a buddy that's Cave Troll that you would look like a flea on a hippopotamus. No. Hippopotamus, because he is huge. He has the doorways he would have to duck. He's
bigger than you.
Oh, I'm not that. These guys, they're huge. Muzzle Mike's 6'2", whatever. I think Cave Troll is 6'4", if not more, but he's big old military guy. My buddies. I love my buddies. I love my buddies so much. But
he says he's on yours and mine.
Oh, see, that's what I thought he was. Because that's.
Hi, Matt.
We lost one. Where'd you go?
Oh well.
Anyway, but I can't think of anything else.
For people of my channel, we didn't give any heads up or anything like that on what's going on and why I'm doing this. But this is something that Gopher and I do. We try to do it once a week or so.
Yeah.
We've done it 4 or 5 times now, doing these live streams and everything. For him, mainly to push where he's going to be and everything like that for the car shows and all that. I kind of just tag along with him at the car shows and help him get some video.
Where we going, George? Where we going, George?
I just, are we there yet?
Listen, it's a great enjoyment because a lot of the things like we've been doing lately are something different for you, out of your wheelhouse.
Definitely.
But you've been very happy with going and stuff like that. So that was my thing, is to get you out of something, because he's here 24/7.
I am here all the time. I never leave the house.
Dr.
I'm such a hermit.
Dr. Love, wherever he is, 3 cats all together, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Dr. Love rules the roost here.
Black, white, and neutral.
Yeah. We're all inclusive. We don't determine, we don't demean or.
I got a neutral one.
Yeah.
Doc's neutral.
No, he's not. He's got cojones that big.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
The boy's hung.
Well, there goes my channel. Diggers is going stronger. Mine just went. So he's got that.
You're the one that started it.
I know, but you didn't you put both feet in it. You just jumped on it. So he's here, but I like getting him out and stuff like that. And Keith goes, but he won't go if it's really bad weather and stuff. And I don't blame him for taking the Camaro out, because that Camaro is nice for the age that it is, and he's had it and what he's done to it, and he's done all the modifications to it and everything, which is really cool. Don't start. And
I got an ugly ass van,
but it's really,
I ain't gonna gripe.
It's really cool and stuff like that. But on bad weather days or long hauls that I don't think that he really needs to stay, he just rides with me and stuff, and it's really cool and stuff. And I mean, he goes with Tony too, helps out with Tony, does all that stuff. What are you trying to do?
I didn't. It's back up to 4 people, but I didn't know if you could click on it and see who they were or anything.
No,
I'm all new to this,
no.
so.
Well, you got 1 thumbs up. I haven't seen anything on the side chat. Did you turn your side chat on? But on the phone, see, it's different. On my phone, when I do lives on my phone, I
don't know what I'm doing.
It sounds like date night. I don't know what I'm doing.
Where's that go?
And again, there goes my channel.
There's somebody watching this that's going to get a kick out of that little comment.
Yeah, sure. Look, Tony even put up a picture of his cube. Oh, my gosh.
But it's blue.
Yeah, well, you can't have it all. It's because it's cold. Doesn't your cubes get blue when they get cold?
I was thinking that, but
anyway, where was I at? I was there a minute ago. Oh, and then whatever. And Keith goes with Tony and stuff like that and goes to the things where they can stay overnight. I don't have the ability to pay that money to sleep and stay overnight because, I would have just slept in like the vehicle and stuff like that. In my condition, I'm not sure getting out of the vehicle in the morning would be the same as it was 40, 50 years ago when I used to do that all the time.
Well, maybe in a couple months when the van's ready,
Yeah, we'll see. Well, then again, I still, because of mom and dad, I really can't. I have to get back at night to give the medication. There's no way around. There's a lot of times when folks are having live streams and everything like that I'm not able to join or get into.
This dang gimbal is so weird.
Having some technical difficulty again.
It's like I look up and it's like, hey man, I keep drifting off the screen.
But that I can't get to at night because they're having live streams or chats at the exact same time that I have to be there for medication. And I have to be there between 7 and 10 for medication. So sometimes I'll squish it over until about 8 o'clock, but I have to get over there, do the medication stuff. So that's an explanation on why I can't do a lot of the live streams that I'm invited to. So 2 ATVs and who else? There's 3 or 4 other ones. I just can't remember that. I just can't get there at that time because I have to be someplace else. Have responsibilities. Who is it?
What's Matt saying? Digger picking us up.
Cave Troll is a monster. Yeah. Cave Troll's huge. He sits on a 77 Harley.
I don't even know what you're talking about. What's Cave Troll?
Cave Troll, CT. We were just talking about the big guy.
Oh, okay.
That's Cave Troll. That's one of my buddies. And one of my buddies from Tennessee. That's Matt Man's friend from Tennessee. Big military guy, works in Army defense places I can't tell you about. Just saying. He has a 77. He has a 77 Harley. Okay. He sits on it. His knees are above the handlebars. That's how it looks like a Grom.
So if he had ape hangers, they would just look like normal bars when he's on there.
Pretty much. Yeah. I mean, it looks like a Grom. You know what a Grom is? A little Honda Grom. Those little teeny mini monkey bikes and stuff. That's what it looks like when he's set. A normal guy sitting on one of those. That's what it looks like when he's sitting on the Harley.
Huh.
He's huge. Right, man? He's probably busy. Went back. His boss probably caught him watching the 2 channels and busted him down and stuff like that. So.
I wonder if he's listening to both at the same time because it's probably got a weird delay.
He can do that. You ought to see. He has a DJ mixing booth. That whole you remember back in the 70s how the DJs would up there and have all these switches and lights on it? That's his
sliders
where he has he has all that special voice, whatever, and the light. It's like a discotheque in his media room.
Yeah.
You got this set up for functionality. He's got it set up for party time.
Yeah, well, sounds like he's got a lot more money invested in it than I do.
Yeah. A little bit. Digger's picking what? What?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I started to read it. Digger's picking us in the eye. I don't understand that.
Oh, yeah. He says when he's riding with Cave Troll, nobody messes with him. I mean, there are stupid people in the world, but you'd have to be stupid and have a death wish. I'm telling you right now, there's a big buck. Because they ride like Versus, and I don't remember what all the other guys rode and stuff like that, but he would come up from the rear. So you'd hear, He was taking up the rear and stuff like that. So by the time he got up there, everybody was. Says I was like riding with him. No one messed with us.
That's like me with the Florida go-kart guys.
Oh yeah,
that I know.
Yeah, Digger used
I
to
could
race.
go anywhere and do anything.
Yep.
And as long as them guys were standing behind me, nobody told me I couldn't.
Yeah, Digger used to race go-karts back in the day, way back when it was. And I keep, every time I get out to one of the swap meets and stuff, I keep seeing all that stuff. And I keep going, man, no wonder he raced him. You fit right in those things.
Well, and if you go on my channel,
yep.
If you go down, what do they call that? The extras at the bottom.
Yeah, go back a ways.
Well, it's
down at the comment. Oh, expand, show more.
Whatever. Yeah. There are other channels that I've had in the past that I actually have. I was the first person in the country to ever run a helmet camera on a go-kart. So I have helmet camera videos still on YouTube that I put out there 20 years ago.
Yeah, way back.
20 years ago, I was running a helmet camera.
The eye poke thing was when you were doing this, you poked them in the eye.
Squish, 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 squish. I squish your head. Squish your head. Squish, squish, squish.
You guys remember that?
Squish your head. Squish your head. Squish, 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 squish. Squish, 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 squish.
Anyway, I'm going to back out of this because I've given the information and stuff like that. Things will be coming. I will try and get to the shows, but if I don't show at the shows, it's because of mom and dad or the whole weather commute thing and everything. And I know you all understand. It's just, again, I always like to explain what's going on and stuff for me.
You got a lot of explaining to do.
Yeah, well, that I do and stuff, because right now I'm carrying all kinds of stuff. I did get the scooter fixed. The front end, the front tri-tree assembly snapped off. My good buddy Kevin Faust showed me how silly I was, and all he did is tap it once and it came completely apart, where I thought it was one huge milled out piece. That's why I took it to a professional machinist to look at, because to me the tolerances were so close you couldn't tell that it was three pieces and not one solid piece. And all he did was tap it out, loosen the O-ring up, tap it out, and it all came out. So I was able to find other parts from scavenged other scooters and stuff. Yeah. So we did that. So I didn't,
everything went back together fine, except front fender's a little off.
I knew you were going to say that. The tri-tree is on correctly, but when I remounted the fender, and you can't change the fender, it only mounts one way. When I remounted the fender, I put it on backwards, so it has the long part out front and the short part in back.
It rubs a little.
With these hands in the condition that they're in right now, I'm not changing it.
It really doesn't hit.
No, I have to turn really sharp before it even does anything.
But it's a plastic fender, so when it hits, it just flexes.
Yeah, it goes. Whoop, 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 whoop. So it's kind of cool. Then when we were out at that show, that was kind of like a warning thing, because normally I'll be going along and people just don't hear me coming, and then they see me and they freak out.
Because he flies around the parking lot on two wheels.
No.
Yes.
Listen, if you were younger and you felt good and it was happy to be out, you would skip, right?
Yes.
Okay. So those are my legs. I'm happy to be out. I felt good. So I do.
Hey, you put me on. I'm going to try
two-wheeling
too.
I do a little two-wheeling on it stuff. Everything's fine. I've never fallen off like that. I've only fallen off when I've hit holes.
Well, I'll tell you, it's a trip though. When you see a guy his size on this,
he was going to say fat man, and I'm okay with that.
You see a fat man on three wheels, and he's going through the parking lot just like this, with the wonder wheel this far off the ground, and he's just holding it there. Well, he's just cruising.
I can ride dude, I've been riding bikes. They took me out of the crib and threw me on. I've been riding bikes and trikes mostly forever. Huh. The gopher will do that, but since the gopher has an open spool in the transaxle, once that wheel comes off the ground, it gets up to about 80, 100 mile an hour, and I can only stay on the two wheels for just a little while because then I run out of momentum. But when that comes back, it's such a jar on the transaxle, I'm not going to break it. But
so I guess you're not going to let me get in there and weld up the spiders.
No.
Lock that thing
Not
with a
on
posse.
I've got all kinds of Volkswagen transaxles that we could do that to the flossy trike. But the problem with that and the flossy trike, the front end of the flossy trike only weighs about 250 pounds.
I don't think you'd be able to turn.
I wouldn't be able to turn because there's just not enough weight to be able to.
It would just push that front end.
Because trust me, I've been on them before where we've welded, where we've got solid lockers in them and stuff, especially for the drag race axles. And you turn a trike, and so we actually
even the go-karts are actually the same way. Because they're a straight axle and everything. You have to do staggers in the tires to get them to go through the corners. Otherwise they won't turn.
A lot of times on trikes, if we put the large wheels on the back of them, we'd put anywhere from 4 to 8 pounds of air in them. That would add to the suspension because a lot of the trikes didn't have rear suspension on back end. But that also allowed, when you're going down the road and you try and turn with a solid axle, you could
allowed the gearing to differentiate.
Well, you could lean, and when it compressed that tire, it shortened the throw, it would actually turn. So even if you kept your tire straight in the front and you lean, it still would drift around and turn.
Yeah,
trikes.
Volkswagen changing the rollout of the tires.
Volkswagens, trikes. Yeah, that's all I'm going to claim that I really. Well, there are other things, but I'm not going to say that on here. Volkswagens and trikes. My
lawnmower.
I didn't do lawnmowers. But anyway, so yeah, we're gonna get out. Oh my gosh, this is the longest BS session I have.
It's been almost an hour.
I know, that's something else. Let's look at your chart, Digger.
Look at your chat. Oh, yeah, I don't know how to display it without shutting it off and stuff.
Yeah, we can't see. Be careful. I don't know. Be careful. Oh, all message visibles. You want live chat? All message visibles.
Well, let's try that.
Whoa! Cool. Hey, he figured something out. He can actually see now. What projects have you done that was?
No, the most fun.
Yeah, something like that.
Why did that? It don't stay up there, does it? The most fun to do project that I have ever done.
Oh man, that's rough, isn't it? Because there's a lot of projects. That would be hard for me too.
I've done so many things over the years.
Some things you probably shouldn't talk about.
Honestly, I think I'm going to say my little Huffy 5-horse riding lawnmower. You remember those little bitty lawnmowers at 3-speed with a reverse and 24-inch single blade? I took one of those once. I put stacks on it that were the sink pipes from underneath the chrome sink pipes. Yeah. And I put spark plugs in them so that my pipes would actually shoot flames because I put a choke on it and everything. I put the humongous tires on the back. I sunk the seat down to where I was actually sitting this far below the top of the tires. And it had wheelie bars on the back and go-kart suspension on the front and spindles and everything.
You got pictures?
In that old computer that crashed, that the hard drive.
Yeah, we're gonna try and work on that, but that hard
drive. Maybe if I really dig deep, I know my MySpace is actually still out there and has a lot of those old pictures.
Oh, that we can glean them off of there. If you can get into it, we can glean them off and stuff. Yeah, that's like tractor pulls. When we on the farm, we did the lawn and garden tractor pulls and stuff. And we were putting Pinto motors, we were putting V8s in them and stuff like that.
Well, and that's what I was saying before is I used to be the crazy hellion of the block because I mean I've been living here for 24 years, but I have had the hearse here. I've had go-karts. I've had limousines. I've had party buses. I've a lot of stuff. I used to work on lawnmowers for people.
Yeah, you get the ugly duck done, and we'll get some ramps, and we'll be able to put something in the ugly duck that you can take out to the shows and run around. We could build you something up.
Yeah, I like building that kind of weird stuff.
Yeah,
I always wanted to build a casket go-kart.
Yep. I've worked with a lot of guys that took caskets and turned them into trikes.
Well, I want to take one though, and I want to set it up to where it is single track in the back, but I have a brake on the other wheel. That way I can just sit there and do big old smoky burnouts.
Oh, that'd be cool.
It's either that or put brakes on the front and posi the back and just power it like crazy.
Yep.
Put a 4,000 stall on it. And just,
you could build a not a true trike, but a sidecar. Put the casket here. You could set over here, lock that wheel, and it would only be one rear wheel. Lock that wheel, and you can just fry that one to woo. Let the smoke have smoke coming out.
But
have an arm, or I still think we need to do an arm and leg hanging out of the back of the van.
oh, I will.
Yeah. Meet me down by the river.
Meet as in MEAT. Meet me down by the river.
We could do the whole Chainsaw Massacre theme thing in there and stuff. That would be. All right, guys.
Sorry, guys. We're just getting goofy.
Yeah. Love you all. I've given all my information and stuff like that. Hopefully, folks that were watching on Diggers enjoyed themselves.
I'll probably say a couple things on here once you shut that off.
Yep, because I'm going to shut this off, and then we'll just stay here. And I hope to see you guys out there, and you guys take care. And if you can help folks out right now, because things are a little iffy, see what you can do. Be cautious if you go to send money. I'm just saying overseas. I'm not telling you what to do. Be careful if you go to send stuff overseas, because there are a lot of people out there that will try and take advantage of you. Someone actually pirated my my channel and stuff like that. Here's Doc. Oh my gosh, this is an 85-pound cat. Oh my gosh, he's heavy.
He ain't no cat. That's my dog.
That's Dr. Love. Be careful with sending out there, because someone did get in and was sending out messages for people to send money overseas and stuff like that. Anytime that I will confer to do whatever, to ask for anything or do anything or support, help, aid, or whatever, it'll be me and like this. It won't be me sending you a message to say, here, send this to whatever. And most of my folks meet me out at the shows, make their donations there. That way I can give them right there. There are a lot of guys that send to the P.O. box, and they'll make donations, and then I'll mail stuff back and everything. So I appreciate it. Thank you all. Love you, and see ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See, I'm going to back out, and Digger's going to stay on his.
All right. So we